But as you know, justice delayed is justice denied. The judge cannot give excuses because we've been here, this is not the first time, but the second time. We were here sometime in May where we expected to have expeditious ruling. But again, after he had promised that we come today for a ruling, he has chosen to postpone it. He's just giving but excuses that, you know, the document is voluminous. How come we petitioned almost 2 years ago, and you cannot tell me that after 2 years you have not taken time to read through a document? So these are but excuses, and we really want to know whose hand is in this. Is the judge listening to someone from behind the scenes, or is he listening to himself? So we expect when he makes a ruling on the 15th of January to be a good ruling. If it will be contrary and a negative ruling, would have, you know, would conclude that this was someone was behind the scenes trying to dictate the terms. So we expect an expeditious and positive ruling from this judge. But giving us excuses that the document was big and huge, to me, I cannot condone that. So we have been waiting for this judgment for so many years. And I believe that even the Kenyan government itself, including our president, has been a lame duck. Because whenever he hears or witnesses the presence of the American people, he just freezes. When he went to America a couple of years back, during the presidential reception, you know, he freezed. He never even raised issues through the bombing and our compensation. So we really want to hear from the president himself what he's talking about compensation for the victims. You know, we are Kenyans. We deserve compensation just like Americans. As you're aware, the American citizens, the 12 Americans who were killed during the bombing, and even those employees of the American embassy and contractors were compensated through the U.S. Victims of Compensation Fund. But we Kenyans have never been considered for compensation. Why are we being discriminated both by the Kenyan government and the U.S. government? So we really want to hear from the president himself and the Secretary for Foreign Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi. He's also been such a very quiet person, despite the fact that the Senate came up with an ad hoc committee, you know, to discuss issues to do with compensation. They were even denied a chance to go to America to meet the Congress, men and women. Why couldn't the Kenyan government pursue the American people and the American Congress to ensure that even the bill as regards Kenyans being included in the Compensation Act, you know, is discussed and determined? So we as Kenyans, we feel we have been discriminated by the Kenyan government and must be listened to. We are looking forward to J. Vance coming to Kenya as the Vice President of America. And when he comes here, he also must address this issue expeditiously and inconclusively. We don't want to listen to him twice. This is the final time we want to listen to him. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the state. We don't want to repeat what has been said. But the biggest of all things, as much as we trust Justice Lawrence Mugambi will do a proper ruling because he's known to do that. Yeah, and judgment. The question we want you as media to ask, why is our Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi, has been having our document through the Senate ad hoc committee for the last 1 year plus months? You can't neglect your citizens. You can't put the document under the table and live as if there is nothing that has happened. We have also written to the affairs, the new charge the affairs, Susan Barnes. Our letter has been lying at the U.S. Embassy for the last, I think, 1 month. So they always say that they don't have a calendar to fix it. We want them to meet the bomb blast survivors. We want those groups that has been agitating, saying that they represent bomb blast survivors and going to get handouts. We want them to be named and shamed so that this thing can stop and can be acted upon forthright. These people you see here, they have come across the country, from Mombasa, from Busia, from Kisumu, everywhere. They are representing members here. And we are not accusing the Kenyan government of anything. We want them to listen to us. We want them to act. We want the government to give the senators go ahead to go and meet the counterpart in the US so that they can go and ask, why did you compensate your citizens and you left ours? That's the question. Only that. And it's constitution for them to do that. So please, we want and we are requesting with a lot of humility, you media fraternity, you are the only people who can help us. This message reach to the highest office. And we want our president, he is known of speaking things that touches people's dear. Let him come out and speak to us and tell us exactly what is his government thinking about compensating the victims of 1998 bomb blast. 27 years, people are dying. And gentlemen like this one, and many more, they are walking with catheters in their body. They cannot afford medication. You know, there are people here who cannot sleep without medication. There are people here who cannot walk. Please, we are Kenyans. Let's have mercy to one another and let this matter be known. We know the Kenyan government can do this thing, and the government of US, as they claim to act for democracy, they will act on it, because we have president that they have paid their people who were at the US embassy then why are they not paying us? That's the question we're asking. So it's very, very unfortunate, and we look forward, even if the judgment has been delayed today, whether it's because of the vans coming on 24th, we want him to know that there are people who are crying for his help, and we don't want him to be taken to places where people cannot come and speak their mind as survivors. We want him to demand to meet the bomb blast survivors, so that people can see people who are suffering, and let him go and tell his government that Kenyans are demanding for their rights. Why do you pay for a building and you live innocent lives, human beings? And do buildings matter more than human beings? It's evil to pay for a building reconstruction and then you don't take care of the human beings. You know, I mean, it's not right.
Has got no business being in Kenya if we cannot talk about the 1998 bomb blast victims' compensation. Period. Correct. And this, we are not asking anybody to do us a favor. It's not a favor. It is our dignity. The dignity of the bomb blast victims must be restored. And the moment has come. These people have got emotional wounds, physical wounds, and it shall be healed. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Ni kweli. It's as simple as that.